very important with the things changing so much, and we are in a different world today. It's globalization. It's information age. Everything is changing and changing so fast. And if we don't move with it, you can run a business, but you can't grow it and be successful. And if you people have taken out time to come here for an event like this, you want to grow. You just don't want to stagnate and run a business the way it's been running. So what I believe strongly is you should be very, very open to change and believe in the information age. When I talk about information age, you can't just be isolated and keep doing your business. You got to know what's happening in your business, around you, things like that. With the internet, today, that has become so much easier. By a click of a thing, you can find any information. So what I believe, if you don't know what's happening and if you're not doing enough research and reading, it becomes a little difficult to be progressive in your business. A lot of times I've wondered, and what is the difference between a successful entrepreneur and an entrepreneur? And if you look back, one of the most important qualities is being positive. And let me share with you, I feel 99% of the world's population, or maybe higher, are not positive people, are negative people. So the most important thing is you've got to be positive. You've got to think big. You've got to believe in it. Once you start thinking positive, I don't believe in anything, but one thing, once you're positive, your mind starts working, you start dreaming about it, and things start happening. It's not somebody else is doing it, but your body reaction, your language changes. And one of the examples of being positive and talking positive is a very simple example. Say I want to go out I need some advice from X person. And I want to go out for dinner with him or a drink with him. There are two ways I can call him. I say, Rakesh, are you free at 8:30? Can we go out for dinner? That's one call. Second call is, Rakesh, I'm picking you up at 8:30, we're going out for dinner. There are two different, I've said the same thing in two different ways. One is a positive, one is a negative. Second, when I've talked positive, I've left very little opportunity for him to back out. So what I totally believe in, you've got to be positive. And that is one of the key to success. Another thing in so many years of my business, I've learned, don't be scared of failure. If you're scared of failure, then you'll be very conservative in your approach. Every successful businessman, you read his history, he's also failed somewhere or the other. But learn from that failure. Learn from it and don't be scared. And learn that mistake, what you made, do not repeat it. In an organization like ours, we started with 5 people. Today we are about 1,300 people. I get very scared when somebody stops making mistakes. Because I personally feel he's not doing anything. If you do something, you will make mistakes. Even Mahatma Gandhi made mistakes. So, जब कोई गलती नहीं कर रहा होता बहुत देर तक, तो लगता है he stopped working. And these are real practical things, So don't be scared of failure. Another very, very basic common mistake made, but that's human nature. And somebody taught me very early in life, I was a young, hot-tempered, aggressive person. And as a businessman, he told me one thing, because the minute you lose your temper, you lose money. And it's been almost 20 years, I've not lost my temper ever. Because the minute you lose your temper, you lose control over yourself. You don't know what you're doing. And you're bound to make mistakes. And if you make mistakes, you pay for it dearly sometimes. So, yeah, I mean, this is a very basic thing I've learned, and it's so important not to lose your calm. You cannot in business afford to do it. You know, I mean, you are all into different kind of businesses or starting new businesses. You know, what I would advise, it's important to popularize your business and get the word around. But instead of using conventional media to advertise your products, start using the new media, the internet, the social media, things like that. They're more cost effective, they're more focused, and you can target the audience you need to. You know, if I put out an ad in a Times of India, maybe I'm trying to attack the small medium entrepreneurs, but you know, I'm paying for it for others who are not, for them it's not important to read that ad, but I'm paying for it. I cannot target it. I cannot get my return on investment. You know, so that's one of my advices in this. You can really target the niche you want to touch. So try and look at that and look at new things. You know, that's the most important thing. Be open-minded. Look at other options also. Another thing I learned over a period of time is you got to make sure your customer satisfaction, you know, is there and retention is there. You know, I run a business. We've got 20,000 customers, you know, paid customers. I know you cannot satisfy 100% of the people, but your satisfaction level of your customers should be very high if you want to expand that business. They become like your testimonials, and everybody loves a testimonial. So customer satisfaction and customer retention, you know, is one area where today people don't focus a lot on. You've got to have a CRM system, use technology, have on every 20,000 customers or every customer that we add, we keep a history on them. We have an account manager who talks to them and records it. So use CRM as a tool to satisfy your people. Again, I'll repeat it, you cannot satisfy some people. Circumstances are unreasonable or whatever reasons, but your percentage of that should be very, very high, you know. You know, one of the most common things which I've heard and which I'm scared of, whenever somebody cannot do something, you know what he thinks or he believes? It was not destined to be. Please don't think like that. The minute you do that, you become a pessimist and you don't remember positive. And you start believing I wasn't destined for it. Your destinies, you make yourself. Exceptions to the rule can be, but you know, that's the lamest excuse a person can have. You know, that I couldn't do that. Yeah. I'm sure you all heard of Bill Cosby. You know, I really liked one of his quotes. Before I close, I like to say that. He says, "I do not know the key to success, but the key to failure is trying to please everybody." It's a very good quote of his. So, you know, when you're doing business, you cannot keep everybody happy. If you're trying to do that, you'll sure to make mistakes.